Welcome to the Women's National League Wrap for Series 18. We had 3 games over the weekend and a bit of midweek action to catch up on again. I'm joined by Seana Cooke. Thanks, Seana, for coming on again. I suppose we'll get straight into it. Start with the big game, Wexford Youths versus Shelburne. A 1-0 victory for Youths. How did they manage to do it? Down to 10 men on the back of Shelburne's great form. What do you think it was that got Wexford over the line?
Yeah, I was at the game and it was a brilliant game. Two kind of top teams just really going for it. I think ultimately it was Wexford's grit and determination. Like there was so many players just stepped up even after the sending off. Like Ellen Malloy was fantastic for such a young player. The goalkeeper Kiva Gray as well, just stepped right up. Lauren Dwyer, that's probably the best game I've ever seen her play. So yeah, I think deservedly Wexford, won, and it was a fantastic goal by Lynn to strike it first time after coming on. So yeah, well done to them. I thought they fully deserved it.
And Lynn Marie Grant getting that goal right at the end of the game. I suppose you can't really talk about last minute winners, but also talking about Pearl Slattery during the week, Shelburne beating Bows 3-2. You were at that game as well. What was the atmosphere like in the stadium?
Yeah, I was talking with Oisin about it at half time. Like it was brilliant. Before the game, walking into the stadium, there was atmosphere to have the fans back again. There was real atmosphere too. North Dublin teams again going head to head, and anything can happen in a derby game. And yeah, it was brilliant. It was a great game. Last minute winner. Always adds to the excitement.
Yeah, credit to Bows as well. They did amazing against them, and it was kind of heartbreaking for them at the end to just lose it. But yeah, it was a great game and unbelievable to see that happening. Pearl Slattery getting that goal at the end. Moving on, Peamount beat Galway 3-0 away from home. That puts them 3 points clear at the top of the table. Stephanie Roach seems to be finding a bit of form again. Her confidence growing. She got those 2 goals, a great volley. Do you think her experience could be a real push for Peamount if her confidence continues to grow?
Yeah, definitely. She's coming into form just at the right time when they kind of need her to come into form. I think Lauren coming in as well has really added some competitive edge there. Like credit to James and the staff. Like they're really developing a competitive squad there. So everyone's pushing for places. Nobody can kind of rest on their laurels. So yeah, I think Steph's coming into form at the right time. There's other players there that are always willing to step up to the plate on you. Eleanor's been having a great season. So yeah, like I thought they played brilliant and just doing what champions do and performing week in, week out.
And then DLR Waves beat Treaty United 5-2. Treaty kind of seemed to be a second half team. Like sometimes sorry, my voice. Sometimes they're going behind by a lot of goals in the first half and it's a bit unrecoverable, but then in the second half they play really well and it's much tighter. They've got young players like Aoife Horgan, who does have a lot of experience, and then Jenna Slattery, who's just instrumental in the team. But do you think maybe with a bit more experience they actually will be challenging these top teams?
Yeah, definitely. They need, I suppose, a bit more experience. I think Saturday as well. They obviously had the delay coming up like every other sporting team coming to Dublin, which that can't be easy to try and prepare for a game and have that delay. It was equally hard, I'm sure, for Waves. But yeah, they need a bit more experience. I've watched them, and it can just be sometimes a bit of youth and naivety. Which is great as well to have in a team, that no fear going into games. But look, they'll learn from it. This is, the I suppose a difficult season for them and their first time kind of to step into the ring, so to speak. So I think for them, they look back on this season and they'll take that away from it. And hopefully like there's experience around there. The likes of Cork is a stronghold for women's football. They've an incredibly strong local league there. So the management can go out and look for players, maybe some older players that are just able to grind out results and not play the fancy football or worry about the perfect passes. Just the kind of Yvonne Hedigan style of defending, as I call it, like just clearing the ball and clearing the lines and just doing that job well.
Yeah, definitely. And kind of coming off that, I know we've talked a lot about the big names and, you know, the players who have had huge influences and things like that across the season, but who has been one of the more underrated players that you think has really stood out to you this season?
Yeah, I thought about this. I narrowed it down to two, just being the political type of person I am. But I think the first one I think is someone I've played against for a long time, and she's still producing performances at this level. And at the weekend, she was absolutely phenomenal. And Adele Kennedy, like, you know, I think a lot of times the goal scorers get the headlines, or you know, kind of I suppose other instrumental players, and Adele's always been that player that does the extra, you know, hard yards. Like I think she covered every blade of grass in the county of Wexford, let alone the pitch on Saturday. She was phenomenal. Like she throws herself in front of tackles. She's up and down the pitch. You know, she's encouraging other people. She puts her body on the line, and like goals win you games, but with that type of player wins you leagues.
Yeah.
The second player, I think, picking a young player as well, is Nadine Clare. I think in that Waves team, like Graham's putting a fantastic team together, but Nadine is a young player. I think she plays with a lot of maturity. She looks like she has, you know, bundles of experience. I'm sure the top three teams would, you know, be trying to tap her up out of the season. You know, Graham will have to work hard to keep her there, but yeah, like she really looks like the most experienced midfielder in that team. And against Peamount last week, I thought she was brilliant.
Yeah, two great picks there from you, Seana. Thanks a million again for coming on, giving your thoughts and opinions. We have the FAI Cup kicking off this week, DLR Waves and Bohemians, and we'll be back soon with Women's National League action. That is a wrap on Series 18. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.